get the mirita, hello, Miss Lova. He never loved. I go eat a mindi no come sama, he don't get no love. He never loved.
Sanbunani Makaya, Abusheni, Dumilang, everything. Greetings, salutes. It's your boy Method R9. I'm still in the streets of Ivory Park. Welcome to our one and only show, The Talk with OB. Today we're still in my streets in Vocha, known as Ivory Park in my 15. And before I go further, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button on our channel for more content and for more stuff. You know, maybe what's one? Some of the days we might be having in our show and like talking. But furthermore, I'm here in Fetika Slam and I have the one and only anonymous Njaya Slam. You know, I can call him with all the names, but so far I just want to make it simple and short. Come with FlowzZz Buffet to his impeller, and then we are here to see which against Zagalan and Khutman, and then yeah, impeller Manega FlowzZz. Actually OG FlowzZz, not the J, because the J really is like he murdered the J, so it's OG FlowzZz. What about you?
I'm out here in Method R9, OB Pictures, down here, we talk with OB and shit.
That's
That's all I have to say for now.
Hey, that's what's up. So FlowzZz, my name. I've been chilling, you know, and then I've been searching, I've been listening, and then I've been hearing the streets in Fechu, and like people wanna know, I guess by now, like I guess they haven't got the picture who's J FlowzZz or who's OG FlowzZz. So we might start there actually at the beginning of time, like okay, who's OG FlowzZz, who's OG FlowzZz, how did he evolve, and what made him OG FlowzZz, and yeah, we can start from there, like OG FlowzZz. So what's up with that?
OG FlowzZz, OG FlowzZz is impale, and yeah, this kid from Mekas, I don't know how to put it, but then OG FlowzZz is an expression. It's an expression of a kid raised in the ghetto. I don't know how to simplify it, but then it's OG FlowzZz. It comes from, you know, like you said, J FlowzZz. And at first it was I created the name out of my name. My slave name is Jefferson. And then so there's in Tonayam, he was also a musician, Otta.
Sure.
Yeah, he's the one who named me J FlowzZz. And it began with him being T rhymes, and Tato rhymes, and then Jefferson flows, and so as time went on, the flows started being into Vele and a normal stage name for a lot of people. So there's a lot of people who double J for which so there was a lot of J flows, and then I decided to put the OG for the original, which also represent my gang, you know, this shit. But then just to summarize it, the OG FlowzZz is a story from a cast.
So why would you classify the J name as a slave name? Why do you call it like that?
Why do I call it a slave name? Jefferson is a white name. So for me, like most of us, our white names, our David, our Joseph, they're not names which they were names we were forced to have because of our current system.
So as we went through, Flowz has been a street nigga, and then he released a song. When I remember when the name became so anonymous to Ikasive, it's when Flowz, when he first heard his voice through the mic. So you can take us through that process in which whereby you ungenerai Mikey, and then how was it the first experience, and then how did you feel it, and how was it for you, and how was the growth there from there? What changed from like being the normal Flowz rhyming at the backyard to the Flowz known in the street?
Hey, Vanna, I would lie to you. I would lie to you with the whole process, but then into like it was normal for me. It was normal for me to try to express myself as an artist, as a musician, but then it was a bit different. Like I want to buy receive it different.
Sure.
Yeah. So at some point, as my gift, I took it as something I'm doing for people.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm actually showing the rest of the world which there is something like this where I'm from. Goes back to the song you're talking about. My first song was actually For My Ghetto. And the name of the song was For My Ghetto. So dog, like Flowz is a story from the hood. Like I meant,
Flowz is the story from the hood. So when we continue through listening to, before you even came up with your first tapes, there were like a couple of songs made. You worked on with a couple of niggas, Basikasi. How was the experience there? And then like did you like sort of like channeled into like, you know what, I'm still doing it for the streets, for the ghetto, or the picture wasn't clear yet, but this thing I'm actually good at it. It's like it's something I wanna pursue in my life. So through the process whereby we recorded a feature, was it still the same process whereby you were feeling what you were doing it for the whole?
It was exactly like that. Like I was actually doing it more for the people than for me, you know. Bengi chunela abantu than for me. So ngashukuthi the picture actually built isikhathi masivala. So mangiloko ngiyenza music, when I was pursuing this thing, that's when I realized that damn, I'm actually good at this.
So let's take it to your first take, the original Flowz. Because I think we heard so many songs where Bible feature Ramachita, and then we wanted, I guess, not on my side, but I guess that's how I see most of us, Flowz. We wanted him to express himself in a way that we thought would hear, you know what, it's like we are waiting for something, some sort of like a body of work from Flowz. So what made you like to come up with an idea, which, you know what, I guess it's about time whereby I have to shift from making singles, because you were on the making of a single and then you kind of like chilled for a while, and then boom, you came back with the street classic original Flowz. So it was nice, and it's still conceived in the streets. It's still like that flavor thing. It's still that thing, man, whereby we want more of OG Flowz. So what was the concept there? What made you like, you know what, I think now it's about time whereby I have to express myself in a form of the way that I want to. I want to be alone, and I just want to give a couple of the body work to my fans. So what was the idea behind it?
Inspiration.
The idea and the inspiration behind the whole thing. Yeah, and I was inspired by the truth. So, yeah, because like from like us, like Ivory Pub and a lot about Ivory Pub started being known Tina when we started getting like mastaluguba out there. Mastaluguba na more original flows. Method R9 ama tape which music which mastalugu keep her out there. That's when people actually started considering which is an Ivory so yeah, like I could say it was perceived. It was always perceived as a factor. Yeah, because love like nothing good has ever come out of this place until velo on original flows in nama tape and everything. Yeah, so me, I was inspired by the truth being known about where I'm from. Yeah, because finally we Tembisa at a show, and then we forget Tembisa. Have people from Tembisa, only to find that whatever they're telling me, I'm not relating to it, or I don't even know about it.
It's just the stories.
It's just the stories. Yeah. So me, it was a thing of me having to express my truth. So yeah, I could say I was inspired by the truth and in reality.
What's your favorite song on the project?
Another life. The life we go into. Yeah.
So after making the whole tape, and then before I go there, the writing experience, it's like the way you channel words, it's like an inspiration behind the writing, whereby you wanted to tell the story, or you just wanted to like you know what, let me just keep the tape and just tell the truth about my hood. Because when I listen to it, it's not just about the hood, but there's also a personal experience via the tape. Yeah. So take me through the writing process. How was the writing process?
It goes back to the truth. Like, it's my reality. It's my everyday life. Like everything you've heard me say, or you've heard in my music, it's actually something I've went through, or something some of my homies went through. So yeah, I get inspired by reality. Yeah. That's why I'm like OG flows. I can't classify it as a person, as me. No, I classify it as a story from the whole expression. Yeah, like it's OG flows is a form of expression. Yeah.
So after Estradi, when they conceived the tape, and then took it, and then they fed themselves, and then how did you feel? How was your first experience of it? You know what? I think my first body of work, was it a success to you, or it was like an experiment? Maybe you were searching for something behind it. How was it, the feeling most about it? But you know what, Flows, I think this is the best shit I've ever heard in like years. So something like I've been waiting for this. So I'm a fan of Pegila. How did they receive it, and how did you feel about the way they received the tape?
It was very much of a success, because for me, like from my side, I feel like it was very much of a success, and I took it as a success, because most zinto the way I want to by perceiving a corner, it was a thing of like you it's kind of like, you know what I'm telling you. Like, yeah, like it's like the original flows, the whole story and shit. Like there's people who actually know, they know everything I talk about on that specific song, the first song of the mixtape. Yeah. There's people who were a part of that experience in church, and they didn't believe much like ngapala ngayo or anything like that, because they thought J Flows is a musician. And like maba viewer like back for my ghetto and all that other shit. I would nigga with the swagger, and so but then it was more of a success, because everything I was talking about, it was new, but then it was old. There's people going back to Amachit or Timbis. When he was to listen to that shit, he would be surprised, like, yo dog, like, does that shit actually happen? And then a person from a class, I actually know what he's talking about. Yeah, so I was going to, it was more of a success, because it was the truth, and everything I was talking about, it was everything I was living and doing.
So when you made the tape, I think I'll share I'm a collabs buyer through the process. So why not? Was it for the fact that you wanted to taste if I go through this experience in this form, what could I get? What would be the outcome? Or was it the thing whereby, you know what, I just want to feature a couple of niggas in Abatola anyway, and then just just do the whole process. So Abantu, they sort of like, I guess being an artist, it's never easy in a way you complete the whole tape on your own. You need a team, you need a spanner now and so on. So you can take me through the collabs, and you can also take me through the producer via the tape. How was the experience with Spanner and all of the story behind it, the making of the tape?
The making of the tape goes back, it always goes back to the same point,
where it started.
Which is the truth. Like, truth is, I've always been comfortable, like, with my shit alone. Like, if I was to take you to the whole process, like, I don't even remember how we started, but then so me, according to me, there was only two MCs I know. And then when he stopped, it was only me. Everyone else singing me tea, they were angazi dog. It was just a reality and its encounters and so like, so if it was possible back then in Mangtala music, I had found so many people in the movement, and there would have been possibility but then during that process, during that point in time, it was a thing of, I only knew myself. So the only people who I was sharing my reality with are the people are only, like, I decided to include as part of my story. So it's a thing of, if it was now, it would have been different. I probably wouldn't even have been Flow or something, except. But then because of situation and time and the reality, what was happening, that's the reason. Namanja, I'm still working with the same producer, motherfucker I was working with from the same tape. I'm still the same nigga. Yeah. If I was to feature someone, I would probably feature the same nigga I did on the tape. Because those are the people I share my reality with. I want to pillar now.
So, before I step away from the tape, there's actually this song, you know, and then I think this song, it actually, a lot of people kind of like they relate to the song. I don't know whether they relate or they like the song or they like the story behind the song, but just play it, though. Just play it. A lot of people, I guess, Mina, if Belcholo in the beat, I could have wrote about something like maybe cars or whatever, which I like. So which is not easy to find perfect rhymes for the perfect beat. So I think it's just player for me. The words, everything you've put in, I think it was meant to be. I think even the beat, it was meant for the kind of words. So how did you actually find a way to like structure the words in that form, William beat, and like, was it an inspiration of the beat, or you knew the story with the beat? It's kind of like jazz, so it can flow with the story. So like, how did you find that exact sound to put in your words through the track?
When I heard the beat, like I kind of came, I ran through a self-memory state. Yeah, like when I heard the beat, the beat value has this jazzy feeling. So when I heard the beat, it actually took me back to the moments of from like trying to figure out the difference between jazz and hip hop. So
it can be tricky.
So I can say the story has always been there. The story has always been there. So I'm just not certain or sure if I wrote the whole jazz player but then the story so on a very Dallas call. The jazz player story, like it's always been there. And even now, like I still get tempted to rewrite some jazzy stories, because at the end of the day, it's my reality. It's how I learned music.
So you can take us Ganganinyana through, because the song, it's like your pops, he was a jazz player. So as a kid, most of the time is male kids. Those are the only people we look up to. And then, so for you, though, it's like, how was the feeling when you saw him behind a band, or was he in a band, or was he a solo jazz player? And then how did you like grow into it, and you be like, you know what, I think me and my pops sort of like have the same thing. It's you can take us through there.
And if I was to actually explain which he jazz player, like I'm actually talking about Ikram. Shit.
Back in the days, we used to have a vinyl.
Shit. So
because he even mentioned about DMX and a lot of artists whereby so I'm used to now what you say.
That shit, like me talking about a jazz player, I'm talking about that specific machine. Like I that's where most of me came from, most of my musical side. But then it wasn't only him. Like I say, in the same story and song. Like there's this nigga I grew up together. He used to play, like me growing up. The only music I was
exposed?
It's like the music, the music I was I was majorly exposed to, which the other genres, you know, hip hop. Me actually becoming a writer, I could say, doesn't have anything to do with my father or anything. Because he doesn't know anything about writing music or anything. He was just a jazz fan, you know, who had a Grammy jazz like mina mangda as a kid uthole ngibabukele ngikhazo yena namankel wami doing their thing bajayiva le ngithola. So mangifika ngara kulungile, my brother's puller. That's when the hip hop pictures started getting built and shit. But then it's always been, I was Uti, like I would lie to you if I was to tell you Uti this thing. I would lie to you. I don't remember how I started this shit. I just knew Uti, like when I was growing up, I was already into this music thing. I just didn't know which I'm gonna be a writer or something. So I was inspired by jazz. That's why jazz plays the major role
in the team.
But then the jazz music is not there's not even a single jazz song. It's just that beat because of jazzy instrumentals and shit. So if it I would have fit perfectly into a genre music jazz. If music was jazz, I would have fit perfectly because that's what I thought music was.
Wow,
among my music, to me it was jazz. So that's why there I'm specifically talking about this jazz player, their instrumental, jazz.